I've been trying to keep away from political topics, topics concerning, the election and things like that, because I've been wanting to spread happiness. I've been wanting to make people laugh. I've been wanting to spread joy. I've been wanting to make people feel good, other than make people feel stressed out. I've been trying to make people's day better, not darker. But I've been getting a lot of emails about a very, very recent incident. And it's still in the news. People still talking about it right now. I thought I could ride it out, but I'm not going to lie, man. It was on my mind too. It was pressing on my brain very hard. And I didn't want to say anything. I wanted to give people a break. It looks like that ain't going to happen. This time that we're in, where everyone is so divided, I am so tired of division that I have been trying to hear people out. I have been trying to get along with people. I have so many people that I hang out with, or I'm friends with, or I've just run into at bars that have a different political opinion than I do. And I choose to either hear them out, have a civil discussion, or, you know what, shut up, drink, and let's just have a good time. I'm trying to use some understanding. I want to soothe tensions. I don't want to start it. But for that to happen, it's me and people like me, that burden cannot be on us. Understand? Our leaders out there are people in powerful positions who have access to leaders out there. They need to try to ease those tensions too. And you can't do that when you're doing stuff like this.
And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
Was that just a Nazi salute? That's what people have been asking within the last 24 hours. And my answer to that is, fuck yeah, it was. It was very much an obvious Nazi salute. People, I would love to give Elon Musk the benefit of the doubt. And that's who we're talking about. Did Elon Musk do a Nazi salute? Hell yeah, he did a Nazi salute. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. I really do. But a Nazi salute is something that you don't accidentally walk into a Nazi salute. All right? A Nazi salute isn't a gesture that you just accidentally do. If you do one, you mean to do one. And you can tell by the still he meant to do one. This is so intentional. He's biting his bottom lip. He got that overbite. You don't bite your bottom lip. You don't be eating that bottom lip and doing that overbite like, unless not only do you mean to do it, but feel good to you too. Not only did he do it, but it looks like it felt good. He threw his dick into that. People, that was not an accident. All right, you ever seen a corny white dude dance before, and the shit gets so good to them, they get that face right there? Women, I'm gonna ask you, our dudes, y'all ever have sex with a corny person, and it gets so good to them that they make that face right there? Then what the hell do you think is happening here? That shit feels good to them. And you know what? Even if this was accidental, and I don't know how, but even if it was accidental, a responsible person, a decent person would come back and try to at least explain themselves. Maybe even apologize. You ain't heard a goddamn thing from this guy. You haven't heard anything. He hasn't come in and said anything. Why? Because I meant that shit. I don't think this was accidental, by the way. I've said that already, but I can't stress that enough. Listen, y'all. Elon Musk, yes, he's a goofy dude, all right? We've seen that over and over again.
Astronauts into space. Come here. Take over, Elon. Just take over.
Listen, I don't care how much money you have, you can't buy charisma and cool, okay? And even some of Elon even some of his biggest supporters out there, his most ardent supporters out there would say, yeah, he's not the smoothest guy in the world. The other thing, though, is that he's not stupid, okay? Elon Musk is a very, very smart guy, all right? I would even say he's brilliant in certain ways. I don't care how much I disagree with him. I probably don't even like the guy. You know, Elon Musk is scored. He's Bruce Wayne. If his parents never died, you know, instead of becoming Batman, became just a goofball billionaire. Instead of making cool bat gadgets, he makes ugly ass electric trucks. You know, he's a goofy guy, but he's a smart guy. A lot of, you know, maybe some of his opponents or his critics don't want to say that, but I'm saying it. He is a smart guy. Now, some other people want to sit up here and talk about his autism. I don't want to hear that shit about his autism, all right? Well, he's autistic. You know, he didn't know what he was doing.
And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
Yeah, what does autism have to do with that? You know, he's autistic, so yeah, you got to cut him some slack for being a Nazi or doing Nazi shit. Oh, he's got autism, so he didn't know what that meant. Come on, y'all, cut the bullshit. All right, stop. You know, I don't want to hear that about him being autistic. Okay, if he's smart enough, if he's functional enough to run billion-dollar companies, if this man is smart enough to send rockets into space, you know what I'm saying? Then he's smart enough to know how this looks. He's smart enough to know what that is. He's smart enough to know better unless he means it. I don't want to hear that from y'all. Stop making excuses. You know, I mean, you know, unless you just agree with it, and even then, own up to it. But let's stop. People ain't stupid, okay? And he ain't either. I'm not stupid, you're not stupid, and he's not stupid. So let's all quit trying to make each other look that way. Because the only one that looks stupid are the people trying to condone this right here and act like it's not what it is. You know, and this is just another thing in a long string of just bothersome things with this guy. You know, it's just another. This is just another thing that's a reflection of his already concerning beliefs. You know, it's hard for people not to believe that this isn't intentional, given some of the things that he's already said and alluded to. You know, this is just another drop in the bucket, man, for these things that he said out there that indicates that he just does not like certain people. You know, his whole allusions to the great replacement theory. You know, keep having babies so that we won't get taken over by these immigrants and brown people and other people that we don't like out there. You know, that's something that he's doubled down on. All right. It's no secret that the man dislikes diversity, especially when you break it down to 3 letters, DEI. He hates that. You know, to the point where he even hints that, an airplane falling apart in midair, that's because of diversity. You know, that's, saying almost that, and I don't even think almost, I think that he pretty much strongly hinted that, part of that diversity and the reason why he hates it is because, certain minorities, they get hired and they aren't smart enough or skilled enough to do the job, so they're almost killing people. Y'all remember when that I believe it was a door somewhere, something happened with a Boeing airplane, and he's the first one to come out and say that it was It was because of DEI that happened. He did it most recently with something else. We tried to bring in diversity and blame diversity when it had nothing to do with anything. In fact, with this whole thing with the Boeing airplane, that was disproven immediately. You're like, why are you blaming that? It's right. We have a reason for this. It's a technical reason. It's not a diversity reason. Yeah, somebody hadn't heard about this before. A door came off. Yeah, I think that's what it was. It was something happened where a door came off, and I believe it was midair. And he said, "Yeah, well, this is a great way to villainize diversity. Oh, diversity kills. As you can see, diversity puts people in danger." Boeing even admitted that they were skirting regulations, as my man said right here. But no, diversity, that's the problem. And when you take all of that, when you take all those, those very, very irrational and fear-mongering things that he says, and then you combine it with this right here.
And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
When you combine it with that right there, it ceases to appear coincidental anymore. Sorry, people. It's when you have these, this pattern of thinking, when you have this many incidents where you're blaming minorities, you're blaming women, you're blaming diversity, you're fear-mongering people, telling them that, hey, you're about to be replaced by these dirty immigrants right here. When you combine all that and then you have this image right here, what are we supposed to think? Not to mention that this is a man who was born into apartheid. I would love, again, to give him the benefit of the doubt, but it's like evidence keeps stacking and stacking and stacking and stacking. And it's important because it doesn't make people like me feel good. This is a person who is in a big position of power. He has the ear of the most powerful person in the world, the president, and he's doing this. And I'm supposed to feel safe? For all of you who want to criticize me right now, put yourself in my position. Think about how I feel, unless you want me to feel like that. And if that's the case, then stop bullshit and just say it. Don't be a bitch and walk around it. Just tell me that, yeah, I want you to feel unsafe. I want you to feel in your place. I want you to feel powerless. Just say all that shit. Admit who you are. Don't be a bitch and dance around it and say, well, no, autism. No, nobody wants to hear that. Put yourself in my position. If I'm trying to understand you out there all the time, if I'm trying to sit up here and bring people together, if I'm trying to understand your position, if I'm trying to not create more division, then understand where I'm coming from. For once, goddamn. Stop also finding people out there, still frames of people who are waving, doing this and saying that, oh, they did the same thing. Again, I don't want to hear that bullshit. Anybody can take a still frame and say, oh, look at what they're doing. I would even say the same thing about this right here. If I saw a still frame, if somebody showed me a picture of Elon Musk doing this, just a picture, and this is the first time I saw it, people don't like when I do this. Sorry, but I would be like, well, anything can be taken out of context. I need to know more. I would do that with anything. But this was not a still frame, people. This is a video.
Thank you.
And like I said, look, pat down. God damn, Caesar from Planet of the Apes does that shit. Mean that. Whoo! People, I don't. And some people say he did it twice. What am I supposed to draw from this? What am I supposed to say? Again, given everything he said and done before, leading up to this, what conclusion am I supposed to draw here? I don't know. You can keep explaining this to me, but I've tried. I've tried to be fair. I really have. But this just, You cannot tell me that the way this looks, the intention behind it, like I said, almost the defiance behind it, that this isn't what it is. I think he's trying to reveal himself for what he is, but at the same time, I also think he's trolling people too. Either way, you're a person who pretty much is holding public office now. You're next to the president. You don't need to be doing this. You don't need to be doing this and making certain people in America, someplace that you're trying to have influence. You shouldn't be making certain people in America feel uncomfortable seeing this. And if you are trolling, go take your ass somewhere else. There's no place for games. You're a fucking man. This is not an internet joke. You're not supposed to be trolling somebody. Be responsible. This is why people are worried, y'all. We're not even a full week into this. The inauguration was just, a couple of days ago. We're not even a full week after that. And we're doing this. And this is why people are concerned. We can't keep saying, let's work together. Let's get along. Let's give our leaders a chance before we criticize. We can't do that when this is happening. When our leaders are not doing the same to make everyone else feel safe and secure. And can't make us feel that they aren't making people like me feel like I'm a target. Like making me feel like I'm the problem for something when I'm not. Put yourself in my position. It's not a political thing, y'all, all right? It's not a political thing at all. It's a decency thing. Politics has nothing to do with, well, it does. You're in politics doing this. Yeah, it has a lot to do with this, but that's not why I'm complaining. This is not me doing this because I'm trying to go against the other team. No, people, this is me begging you to understand. This is not a good sign. And we should all be trying to do better, but our leaders are definitely the ones who should be setting an example. I shouldn't be having to be here saying all this, man. They should be responsible enough not to do that. I don't understand, I really don't. We've been putting up with a lot of lies. We've been putting up with a lot of We've been putting up with a people treating politics like a game. But to blatantly come out and do something like this with no explanation behind it, not saying anything, I don't know. I can't continue to carry that burden of trying to be understanding, of trying to get along with people, of trying to bring people together. I can't, listening, I can't do that. I can't do that if our leaders can't do the same. I can, but what use is it going to be if our leaders cannot do the same? I don't know. Yeah, people, I will continue to try to make people laugh, make people's day better. I will continue to try to spread more joy than sadness. But, man, it's depressing. It's very depressing. It really is. And, I want to say I'm sorry, but why should I be sorry? What have I done? This is something that never should happen. I don't know. Anyway, y'all, that's what I came in here to say. And to make things even worse, Pixie's farting again. This dog has perfect way to time things near the end of the stream right here. This dog right here I don't know what is going on. What am I feeding you? This dog will get this little thing right here. This little dog is a bomb. She will gas the room up in a minute. She'll have this whole room smell like dog ass. Oh, girl. Oh. You're probably nervous just like everybody else. I get it. Let me rub your tummy right there. Yeah, there you go. There you go, mama. There you go. Settle that right there. Some people said Pixie's farts are a good omen. I hope so, man. We definitely need some good omens of some kind. Some sign that something will get better. Because this is definitely a bad sign right here. If your farts are a good sign, I'll take it. Oh, all right, everybody. That's that. That's all I wanted to come in and say. I got a lot of emails about this, and I just wanted to address it. And I hope I didn't bring your day down. Let's all keep our heads up. Even despite this, let's all try to get along. Hey, listen, just because they act a fool doesn't mean we have to act a fool. All right? Doesn't mean just because they can't set an example doesn't mean we can't be an example upon ourselves. Just because they don't treat things seriously, just because they don't have respect for everybody, doesn't mean that we cannot do the same. They might be our leaders, but that doesn't mean that they're better than us. And it doesn't mean that we can't be better than them. You know, just let's all do better, man. Because there are certainly some people who are definitely not doing that right now. All right. Anyway, glad to have you here today with me. Let me see. I hope I didn't bring your day down. Hope you're doing all right. Somebody said he stopped calling him a leader. Unfortunately, he is in a leadership position. He is in a position of influence. He has power, and he is in a position to have the ear, again, of one of the most powerful people in the world. So, sort of by default, if you want to call it leader adjacent, then yeah, unfortunately that is the case. I hate to say it, but that's what it is, man. That's what it is. Exactly what it is. He's in a leadership position. It doesn't mean that he knows how to handle it. Doesn't mean that he knows what to do with it. Or it doesn't mean that, yes, he knows what to do with it, but what to do with it means serving himself in his own special interest. So I'll take care of each other, man. I mean, even with those people that you don't like, let's all try to have some understanding, and let's all try to do better, because somebody has to.